All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ordering fractions. That's what we're doing today. Your objective for this video is, as a student, you should be able to accurately order 3 or more fractions. All right, let's get started. You need graphic organizer number 3. This is side 2. Graphic organizer number 3, side 2. Your objective for this video is, as a student, you should be able to accurately order 3 or more fractions. 3 or more. We could have like 10. All right, we're going to get started. The steps, they're already written down for you. Wow, that was nice, Mr. Williams. Doesn't happen very often. Make sure you're very aware of them, though. You need to find the common denominator of all the fractions. You need to convert those fractions using the rule. Remember, whatever you do to the denominator, you must also do to the numerator. And finally, you need to order them from least to greatest or greatest to least. You have to be very careful, though. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So ordering fractions, we have example number 1. You're going to order these fractions from least to greatest. First thing you need to do, we need to find a common denominator. So we have 4, 12, and 8. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a list. 4, 8, 12, 16. That's 20, 24. What about 12? 12, 24. What about 8? 8, 16, 24. Look at that. I got 24 in each of mine. We're good to go. So our common denominator is going to be 24. The first thing that we need to do is we need to change those fractions to be something over 24. All right. So we have over 24, and over 24. Now, how does 4 become 24? Well, we multiply by 6. So we need to do the same thing to the 9. 9 times 6 is 54. How does 12 become 24? Well, we multiply by 2. Okay, if we're going to multiply by 2, 5 times 2 is 10. And finally, how does 8 become 24? Well, you multiply it by 3. 8 times 3 is 24, so 7 times 3 is 21. Ladies and gentlemen, now all we need to do is simply order. This one says order them from least to greatest. We see that up here. Okay, so we're going to put them in order. However, you do not use the ones you just made. You have to use the original fractions, which is why I kept them in a straight and perfect line. Okay, least to greatest. Which one of those is the least? Well, it's 10 24ths, but that actually goes with the 5 12ths. So 5 12ths is first. You separate them with a comma. The second one, I'm going to go ahead and cross it off, is 21 24th, which goes with 7 eighths. So it's going to be 7 eighths. And finally, the last one, which is 9 over 4. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all you do. Those are your 3. That's first example number 1. Let's move on to example number 2. This one says order these fractions from greatest to least. So we got to be careful. Greatest to least. We have 3, 9, and 6. First thing we need to do, find the least common multiple. 3, 9, 6. Or, in this case, the common denominator. 3, 6, 9, 12. Let's check here. 9, 18. Ooh. 6, 12, 18. It's not going to work. Let's go back up to the 3. 12, 15, 18. Ooh, look at that. 18 is all in all 3. That's going to be our common denominator. Something over 18, over 18, over 18. How does 6 become 18? Well, we multiply by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. How does 9 become 18? Well, you multiply it by 2. 8 times 2 is 16. And finally, how does 3 become 18? Well, 3 becomes 18 by multiplying by 6. 1 times 6 is 6. Go ahead and order from greatest. Remember, this one is the greatest, so which one is the biggest? That would be 16 over 8, which goes with 8 over 9. Remember, I have to use the original fractions. So 8 over 9. Next one would be 15 over 18, which is 5/6. And finally, the last one, 1/3. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your answer. Circle it, box it, you're good, you're done. That's example 2. Example number 3, we're moving fast. Okay, common denominator, we have 10, 20, and 30. But we notice that all of these are the same, so that's good. 10, 20, and 30. Simply going to use 10, 20, 30. Let's do 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I'm going to assume it might be this one, 60. Let's see, 20, 40. That's in both so far. 60. Ooh, we got 3 of 30, 60. Yep, the first one that's in all 3 numbers happens to be 60, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and go back up here. Over 60, and over 60. So we're creating our new fractions. How does 10 become 60? Well, you multiply by 6. 3 times 6 is 18. How does 20 become 60? Well, you multiply by 3. 9 times 3 is 27. How does 30 becomes 60, well, you multiply by 2, which would be 11 times 2 is 22. So you have 18 60ths, 27 60ths, and 22 60ths, and this time it wants to go least to greatest. So the smallest one happens to be this 18 over 60. We have to put the entire whole number. That would be 14 and 3/10. That's the first one. Okay, we're done with that one. Next one is 22, which means we have to put the whole thing in, 14 and 11/30. And finally, the last one, 14 and 9/20. And we are done. Box around it, make sure we can see it, make sure you showed your work. You have to show your work. Ladies and gentlemen, we're good, we're done. Good luck to everyone. Right now, what I need you to do is these 4. Okay, pause the video, do these 4. I'm going to give you the answers in just a second. Go, go, go. Now, now, now. Let's go. All right, you should be back. We're going to go ahead and give you the answers. This one should have been, the common denominator happened to be 42, so it should have been over 42, over 42, and over 42. This one you multiplied by 3, which is 27. This one by 6, which is 6. And this one by 2, which is 16. We are ordering all of these from least to greatest. So the first one was 1/7. Second one was 8/21. And the last one is 9/14. Ladies and gentlemen, that's answer number 1. Next one, common denominator happened to be 16. Okay. This one is already 16, so 16 times 1. 9 times 1 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16, so 7 times 4 is 28. And 8 times 2, so 9 times 2 is 18. Least to greatest, 9/16. Okay? 9/8. And finally, 7 over 4. Ladies and gentlemen, that one was easy. Next one, 6, 9, and 3. Common denominator you should have gotten was 18. So let's change them all to 18. How does 6 become 18? You multiply by 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 9 times 2 is 18, so 4 times 2 is 8. How does 3 become 18? You multiply by 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Wow, that one, least to greatest, is already in order. It should have been 1/6, 4/9, and 2/3. Last one. Notice we have the same whole number, so we just have to focus on the fractions. The common denominator for this one should have been 12. Hopefully you figured that out. 4 times 3 is 12, so 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times 2 is 12, so 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12, so 1 times 6 is 6. Least common one, 5.5 goes first. Okay? I know it's hard to see. I'm going to change the color right now. 5.5. The next one would be 5 3/4. And finally, the last one, 5 5/6. Hopefully you can see this at the end of the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, put a box around all of your answers. Okay, Mr. Williams forgot. You should never. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 4 as an exit ticket. You're 4. I would like for you to show your work. Show me the answers before you turn it in. Make sure you show it to me before you turn it in. Otherwise, you will lose points. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. These are your 4. When you're done, you will move to your worksheet. Happy math time. Out.